Cullum was my best friend and hero, and I followed him to high school, followed him to college. He was my confidant.
On this Sunday after Thanksgiving, the busiest travel day of the year, the State Patrol is out in force, promising to strictly enforce traffic laws. According to Patrol spokesman Bill...
We went to church that morning and went to the Waffle House for breakfast, and then sent them off.
Actually, at breakfast, talked about things we wanted to do, wanted them to be aware of, ways they could be safe.
We were on our way back from Thanksgiving break.
I remember watching them back out of the driveway and saying a prayer. I'm sorry.
We headed back and came to stop traffic several times during the trip. And as we came within 5 or 10 minutes of getting to school, we came to our last, stopped sea of red lights, and Cullum came to a stop. Clearly, instantaneously looked into his rearview mirror, saw there was something bearing down hard. I had no idea what it was. I was on the passenger side, and he whipped over into the median, trying to avoid whatever was coming fast behind us, and something hit us like a freight train. Turned the car around, and before I knew it, I was sitting there, and Cullum was hunched over next to me.
Steve and I waited to get the call that they were at school safely. They were always good about calling us and checking in.
And about 8:30 that night, we got a call from our younger son, who survived the crash, and he calls from the ambulance to make what had to be an awfully tough call for him. And he told us that Cullum was gone.
Tragedy tonight in Virginia on I-81, where the speed limit is 65. A truck traveling over 70 miles an hour on cruise control, much too fast for the holiday congestion, plowed into a line of stopped vehicles. 22-year-old Cullum Owings of Atlanta died when the speeding truck slammed into his car. Owings had tried to pull into the median to avoid a crash. His brother survived. The truck driver was charged.
Spurred by their son's death, the Owings teamed with dozens of community leaders and, yes, top executives in the trucking industry. Their goal, a new nationwide regulation, limiting top speed to 65 miles per hour. It would cover all large trucks.
Every year in this country, 5,000 people are killed in crashes involving tractor-trailer trucks. That's the equivalent of 2 airline crashes every month, with everyone on board dying. Can you imagine if that were happening in this country?
A tractor-trailer needs 3 times the distance as a passenger car requires to make a sudden stop. And speed is a leading reason behind truck-related traffic crashes. Some facts to consider. 1 out of every 4 multi-vehicle traffic fatalities involves a tractor-trailer. They make up 3% of traffic on the road, but 23% of multi-vehicle deaths. A fully loaded tractor-trailer going 60 miles an hour has the force of a car traveling more than 300 miles an hour. Simply put, a tractor-trailer requires far more distance to stop than a passenger car.
The first and foremost thing is to get some sort of national requirement that would limit the top speed that 80,000-pound vehicles can travel.
The regulation that Steve and I have been working on, and we've put one together, it requires the engine governors, the electronic governors, to be set at 65 miles per hour, so that no truck can travel over that speed. It's a simple change, it's uniform, it'll apply to everybody that drives trucks of that size.
Well, when a truck and a car collide and there's a fatality, 98% of the time, the fatality is in the passenger vehicle, which is common sense. I mean, you got an elephant and a mouse going at it.
The headlines of speed-related tractor-trailer accidents are relentless. Every day, Americans lose their lives, families are changed forever because a truck was going too fast for conditions.
Many of the leading trucking companies are working with us toward a national requirement.
Essentially, a speed governor would be an electronic device that would govern the maximum speed of a large truck. The thing that we know is that speed and heavy trucks don't mix well.
I'm 100% for what Road America is attempting to do from a standpoint of governors on speed. We got very strong ethics in our company that really promotes our company and standards that we live by. But we have our trucks governed at 65 miles an hour.
There is an emerging view within the industry that it's clearly in our industry's interest to make sure that there aren't any fast trucks on the highway.
Requiring functional speed governors on all large trucks has benefits over and above safety.
If we were able to reduce our trucks from the current 65 miles per hour to 60 miles an hour, it is 5 million gallons of fuel a year.
In addition to that, wear and tear on tires and other components of the truck from a maintenance perspective can be lowered by reducing speed. So this is an initiative that really has a host of positive benefits for the industry as well as for the motoring public.
I have yet to find anybody who does not support this regulation, and these are all motor carriers.
Is your organization anti-truck?
No, we're certainly not anti-truck. We're certainly not anti-trucker. We're not anti-anything or anybody. We're pro-highway safety.
I have found in our involvement with Road Safe America is that really our values align very well.
We don't like being tapped for this, but because we have been, we're learning. I don't think we're experts yet, but we are learning ways that we can help other people not experience what we've had to experience.
If the truck that killed my brother had been going slower, he might still be here with us.
Get involved. Visit the Road Safe America website at roadsafeamerica.org or call toll-free 866-721-7623.